Ahoy and welcome back to Game Muscle Videos. We're checking out VR Regatta, which is free on Steam, so you can download it and play it straight away. Now, of course, I spend most of my time in the week on a boat sailing around. I mean, who doesn't? And what this simulator, it's more of a simulator than a game, lets you do is boat when you're not boating. So there's no excuse. You can just get your boat on 24/7 now. What is really awesome with this, though, aside from it actually having the ability to sail around, is if you don't know anything about boats, you can load into it and learn all the terms. And if you don't know, basically, when it came to naming boat parts 300-400 years ago, a Klingon consultant came down and gave all the names out, and that's why it doesn't make any sense. But with this, you can actually learn things. So we're gonna point out, you see when you point at stuff, it tells you what you're pointing at, so you can work it out. Or you could just gung-ho with your Star Trek phaser. It's using the Steam VR model as your hand models. In this case, we use the Star Trek phasers. Why not? It's virtual reality. You can do anything you want. And so you can point out what you want and see if you can actually name all the parts. Now, we've got some of them memorised here. Boom, the mast. We've got the jib. The bow, I think, is the main part. Though this is where we start getting confused. The bow. The bow, I think, is the main part of the boat, but no, stern, starboard. Oh dear, the truth is actually being revealed here that I know absolutely nothing about. But oh, the bow's the front, of course. I'm such an idiot. You might not want to be caught on a boat in a thunderstorm with me because we're probably going to drown and die. Rudder blade. Oh, we could do that. That's the rudder blade. The keel, that's obviously that bit. Oh, we're not doing too bad. Starboard, I think, is the back of the boat-ish. No, it's the middle. I don't know. The port is the left-hand side. Stern, I think, is the right-hand side of the boat. No. No, stern is the back of the boat. Okay, starboard is the right. Port is the left. The main clue. I don't have a clue where the main clue... Oh my... See, this is where it starts getting a bit crazy. There's the main tack. There's the main clue. Sort of the back edge of the sail. The jib clue, the back edge of the front sail. We need a translator here. The mainsail tack. Okay, the main tack. And the jib tack, the front of the front of the bottom of the sail. See, if they just called it that, it would have been nice and simple. Head of the mainsail, I guess that's the top. And head of the jib will be the top of the jib. Let's get over there. Really nice how you can actually just teleport around to look at stuff. There we go. Little firework display. And you might have noticed this little condescending voice telling you what's going on and what to do. But it adds a little bit of character to something that's quite simple. But as I say, it's a really nice way to learn. You know, if you genuinely were interested in sailing, learning the parts of the boat could be a bit tiresome. Actually being able to go around a 3D model of the boat, click on stuff and actually check it out with it there, point it out and actually be able to see what you're pointing at, and then do these where it keeps a track of your score, tells you how long you've done it. I think if you did this, most people could probably do it once and learn it after one go. If you're a little bit special like myself, you probably have to do it 10-15 times and then you'd know it all. Really good way to learn the names of things by pointing them out, and a really good way to memorise stuff is when you actually got something there and you're clicking on it and it's the feedback and the text and everything. So that's fantastic. So we've learnt the names of the boats, so we're fully qualified now. We're completely and fully qualified to go out on the open seas. At least that's what I've been told. We're going to go experiment boat pro. I want the pro boat. Can we get this pro boat? I don't know how this works. Probably not allowed it yet. We're not next level enough. I think what we'll do is I'm going to start this tutorial. Whoa, we're in the boat. So, I'm not quite sure how this works. All I understand from messing around with it so far is that you really want to kneel down, otherwise the boom will get you. And as the game says, you always have to respect the boom. And you grab the tiller, and you can grab on stuff with your controllers, and you can obviously steer with the tiller. And see, this controls, whoa, there's a bit of iceberg there. We're going to be like Titanic. You sort of control the slack of the boom and the main sail with this controller here. It's a little bit funky, a little bit awkward to get used to. Let's go to the easy race then, and let's see how this goes. I'm not sure what the string at the top there on the left is. Well, I think it might be the direction of the... Oh, there you go. It's showing us the direction of the wind, I think. So, grab back onto these. Just try not to hit anything. Off we go. Now, I think if you are prone to motion sickness, this is a little bit... triggering of motion sickness, because, you know, you are moving whilst you are stationary. It does feel a little bit intense at times, but they do whoa, the boom nearly took us out there. They do recommend that you play this seated, which probably helps a lot. But I like playing it kneeling down. I mean, when I've literally sailed one boat in my life, a little Pico boat. Years. Oh, we've missed the star. That's it. Failed our education. I've literally sailed one boat. There's a tiny little Pico boat that you sort of kneel down and lean around on, because otherwise it flips over. But yeah, playing this kneeling down is really nice. So you can see we've got the technique here. We're sort of going along and then work out where's the wind. Whoa, we've been boosted. What is that? Whoa! There's a little storm cloud there that's boosted. Let's try and get into this. Oh, we're going to miss that one as well. We're terrible here. This is really actually quite involving. And I think when it actually comes to getting a higher or faster speeds and actually doing the races properly, the trick will be to really manage your speed and manage the angle of the boat, you know, capitalise the wind, and manage how tight you're having the sail. Oh, there's a killer whale. Not sure what that's doing there. We don't want to go into that. We'll get that. Don't we miss that star? Let's get this one over here. We're supposed to get all the stars. You got on most of the levels. You get a little scoreboard screen that you can actually see floating around in the environment, a bit like in Rec Room. I don't think we're doing too well here, but we'll keep going. We'll get these big stars. But I tell you what would be really awesome is if this had basic multiplayer. It was just a racing game in multiplayer. It'd be really good fun. Oh, come on! There's the finish line. Not quite got how much, like, worked out how to get the slack right. Like, I think we've got the arrow up there. I guess maybe that's the wind is being represented by that arrow. So we generally want to keep the sail. I would have thought we want to keep the sail sort of flat to the wind. There's going to be proper sailor terms for this. We're not using them though. As I say, it's basically a big square killer whale. It's not a killer whale, is it? It's, I don't know what type of whale that is. My whale knowledge is pathetically low. So we're going to finish that one off. Improve your time by 73 seconds. Whoa! Let's do a normal race. So if you actually get hit by your boom. Yeah, nice little gong sounds. It does remind you to duck down as you turn around. I guess that's a fairly important lesson to learn. Start the race in 55 seconds. I think we've got to get to the start line. Let's pull this up. Let's go. So I don't know what that sort of rope is over there. Maybe it's just it might just be a bug, because the game is still in ow! still in alpha, so sort of have to bear that in mind. I think it's one of those races where you sort of have to get to the start line and then sort of a bit like horse racing, where you don't really start until everyone's kind of lined up. Oh, and you got clobbered on the head again. Oh, but it's going to tip over. Don't think we're doing the right way started up here, but we go. So if you go into the cloud, I think it just has an artificial boost. So they've gone from more sort of arcadey style boost with the cloud, rather than using, you know, sort of realistic air currents and what have you. I don't know where we're supposed to be going. What would be really nice is a little mini map just showing you where to go. There we go. We're off. Got another cloud there. Oh dear, the wind. We're going into the wind again. This always makes it very tricky. Get a bit of angle here. If you play this stood up, actually, it's quite a good work. Oh, we've got a cloud coming. This should give us a big boost. Let's try and get it. No, maybe not. Maybe it's the opposite. But if you're playing this stood up, you're actually having to do quite a lot of leaning and moving around. Ah! Okay. I don't know if what we're supposed to be going to... Oh, it's that one over there. Okay. Let's do it. We've got this. Now, I know the graphics are actually fairly simple looking. It is a really minimal game visually, but it's functional. I think really all they need to improve is the sea. Some waves would be nice, but I can imagine that'd be quite complicated to do. But just improving the way, I think it's got little arrows letting you know which way the wind's blowing underneath the cloud. But just slightly more complicated boat graphics, maybe a bit more the texture mapping on the floor. It sort of goes a bit plain. Could do a bit more sort of anastrophic filtering on the water, and then just a little bit more details, and that'd be fine really for what it's doing. But it does seem you can pick up the very basic. Like if you've never been on a boat before, and you just want to learn some general basic ideas and the concept of not getting clobbered on the head, this seems pretty decent. Let's go to the finish line. We're going into the wind there. We've failed miserably. We couldn't take advantage of that boost. I'm going to have to go around. Whew. We stand up now. Just watch out that the sail doesn't clobber us when we come back round again. Come on! We're sailing into the wind. No! Get out of my way! No! Ooh. We're right on his tail. I wonder if his sail will cut our momentum off. It should do. Don't know if that's simulated. We'll just clobber into him. It seems the collision is basically only for if you sail right into the middle of someone. There we go, the finish line. Whew. Enter. So, I think that pretty much gives you an introduction. We'll go back to the main menu. It's all really snappy, it all runs really well. But that's VR Regatta. As I say, it's early on at the moment. This is their first release. Good introduction to the boat terms, especially. I think that's the main thing it does. And then some basic sailing techniques. You can't go wrong. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you check it out. I thought we were over there. Make sure you check it out and download it on Steam right now. And hopefully we'll submit the scores online. You notice it's got scoreboards there, and you'll be able to see who's the best sailor. Of course, it's not me. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video that we do. We'll be back very soon. Goodbye.